Welcome back, and today what we're going to be doing is we are going to talk about gear sets. The gear set recommendations, to be more specific. Now, you can edit these either by going into a multi-battle and starting one by doing something along the lines of, I doubt this is going to complete, but we have this button up here now, so we could sit there and edit like this, or we can, let's go ahead and end that because it's not going to complete anyways, or we can go into the heroes, gear, click on the gear, and then sell, and we have recommendation settings here as well. I'm sure there's another way to get to it as well. I can't put my finger on it at the moment. So let's go over the settings that I have. Now, the settings I have currently are kind of accumulated from other people that I've seen put stuff out and then edited it a little bit along what I have seen. And I'm probably still going to edit this a little bit farther, because if I go into the quick select, it's still got like 500 pieces of gear here that I don't know if I'm ready just to let go of, right? I mean, like this piece might be decent, but it's only got 2 of the sets, but it does have defense percentage. So I might edit that a little bit myself as well still. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and edit that in now, because one of the things that I found that I've been lacking the most of is actual like DPS sets with some survivability to them. And it's what's really held me back a lot in Guild Boss 2 and Semra and stuff like that. So, looking at the settings I have here, I mean, yeah, like right now I don't have anything for a DPS with a speed set main. So I'm actually going to add one right now. There we go. So let's go ahead and choose the relevant gear sets. We'll go ahead and add morale in there just in case. Morale, it's not going to benefit the unit themselves a whole lot, but it is going to benefit the team. And honestly, that unit would also get that benefit as well. So might as well. Wisdom, Hawkeye, and that's it. I know there's a lot of sets here, but there is a lot of DPS sets. So we want something with a speed main stat. We know that. And we want crit rate, crit damage on there at the very least, I'd say. So yeah, so I'm going to keep that as its own little rule there, and we've just added another rule. Let's see. Yeah, we have a few DPS sets, or DPS rules. Let's see. That cut out a little bit. So let's go into this. The speed DPS rule we just went over. That is, we want attack speed main. This is just amulets that this will be for. And we want crit rate and crit damage to be on them. Beyond that, if it's attack percentage or defense percentage or HP percentage, we're going to have to actually look at the piece before selling or getting rid of it. This isn't going to stop us from having to go through everything. I will probably like make this rule for attack, for defense, for HP if I have the room for it. because you can only create up to 20 plans. I'm not going to do that just yet though, because I'm not looking to just do a full-on cleanse right now, but that will be probably in the future. That'll be iteration 2 of this. So for now we have attack speed main, which is just amulet, and we're looking for these two. If it's got these two, then it will thumbs up, and then we got to look at it farther and go, okay, does this have another relevant stat that we want to level up, or do we care? This could be good enough for us, and you know, it depends on where you are in the game. This is a little bit geared more towards mid to later game, but it's still there. So then we have the Invigoration / morale like side character set. Now this I created only because morale and invigoration are huge parts of the game. Invigoration, if you have somebody in like your guild boss team that isn't going to do any damage, they just need to be placed to give a bonus for the Lord bonus, or they're just being placed down in a cycle set, or they're just going to be there but they don't really do much themselves, like Araka. If she's going to be on the field and you don't expect her to do much anyways, if you have a decent morale set, might as well throw her in there, right? That'll just be, I think, 5% extra damage, or extra for everybody else. There's no harm in it, right? So I did create this rule just to save some of these pieces. Now this is going to be attack bonus, defense bonus, HP bonus, or rage regen, because that's generally what these people are looking for. And then we have the secondary attributes, which only requires 2, which is attack bonus, defense, HP, rage regen, or attack speed. So if you have an attack bonus main, you can get rage regen and attack speed, and that'll be good. On the other side of that coin, you could have attack percentage main, and it could be defense and HP bonus. That's just unfortunately one of the limitations with this. That's just how it is, but it gives you a good starting place to look at with that gear. So this I created for mainly a debuffer. So Mari is the one that came to mind the most. I was like, I need a gear set for her, or what's his name, Nazim in Guild Boss 2, I believe, or Helga in Guild Boss 2. You really just want attack speed and survivability. They're not going to do much damage themselves. I do have attack bonus here because if you get something good enough, you might as well, right? So we have attack bonus, HP bonus, rage regen, and attack speed, and tempered will, morale, invigoration, mana spring, or guardian. Guardian is just in case they're in a place that needs more survivability. Say if you have Nazim in Guild Boss 2 and he's just not surviving, Guardian could be the answer to that. That's minus 15% damage. And if you can put him in a morale set and he's going to be down anyways in Guild Boss 2, this is a great instance for him being in morale. That just increases everybody else's damage. Mana spring would help him get his ult faster. Invigoration, somebody within range gets 10% more damage, and tempered will also for survivability. So I have an argument for all of these. Attack speed, you need attack speed on most of these units. Mari, massive attack speed is huge. Rage regen, Mari, you want her ult to come back as fast as possible. Same with Nazim. HP bonus, if you need survivability, it's there. And attack bonus, if you've met the survivability requirements, you might as well get a little bit more damage out of them. They're not going to add much, but it could be the difference between being at, 119 or 119,000 and 120,000 on Guild Boss 2. It could be that difference. So every little bit does help once you meet the other requirements, but I want to make sure that it's included in there so you can decide that for yourself when the time comes. Secondary attributes, 3 of these are required. attack bonus, HP, rage regen, attack speed. So if pretty much one of these 3 is gonna have to be here. I could probably bump this down to 2, but in my experience right now, I do kind of want 3. 3 of these with where I'm at. If it's a little bit too strict, go ahead and bump that down to 2, and that should help you out a little bit there. Now, this I did make a rule specifically for Dolores type characters. Dolores, Constance, the ones that you want just massive attack on. You don't care about anything else. You don't care about survivability or anything like that. You just want attack percentage main with attack flat secondary. And you want it in Invigoration or Morale. These are the 2 sets that you want it in. I mean, I'll go ahead and add Asplestus. Yeah, something like that to it, just because that can be upgraded into Invigoration. That's if you want to use it for that, but you could end up with a really good piece here that you may want to move up to it. So that's what this set is for. Rage regen, obvious reasons. Most of them give their inspiration through their raid or through their ultimate, so you want their ultimate up as much as possible. Now this is required to be attack, rage regen. That is the only way any of these pieces are going to hit the thumbs up in this rule. So that is a little bit strict, but in my opinion, it is necessary. So now we have the speed DPS, which I believe I just created. Yes. Invig Morale, Debuffer, and now we have Tank. I forgot. It puts it back up at the top when you edit something. So, the Tank. We have Tempered Will, Unshaken Will, and Guardian. Makes sense. Defense and HP. Obviously, those are the 2 that you want, and you want 3 of these. Tank gear is very, very specific. You want as much survivability as possible. So, we have HP, defense, and healing effect, because healing effect on your tank can make a huge difference. That could be the difference between them getting enough healing and not. So we want 3 of these stats. So if it's HP percentage main, we want defense, HP, defense, or healing effect. So this is going to be very specific, because it could just have defense, HP, defense with HP main, and it could roll great, but it could also not roll anything. So we want survivability pieces to be pretty strict, especially since they're the first line of defense. So now we have support. This is kind of rolls in the 2 rules that I made earlier, but I wanted something a little bit more specific than this. But this is Morale, Invigoration, Asplestus, and Mana Spring. And we are looking at pretty much support roll and support roll. This is fairly strict. If this is too strict for your liking, bump this down to 3. But I'm pretty happy with it how it is. So our DPS set is all of the applicable DPS sets. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything here. No. Okay. And I do have morale in here too, because if you have a good DPS morale set, you might as well use it. Like I said, morale is very underrated, but it's good to have that possibility there. So we have attack bonus, defense bonus, HP bonus. This is all DPS rolled in. And if it's got one of these, you want crit rate, crit damage. Period. That's what you want. And I think I am going to make a crit rate main DPS stat. Yeah, I'm going to add that in here in just a second. I don't have one, but it is good to have. But pretty much, if you have HP or attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, the other 2 stats, you'll have to see if you want them or not. But ultimately, like my ideal piece right now for a good majority of people would be attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, HP bonus, and then like attack speed, because that would be huge in somewhere like Semra. But I'm not going to sit there and put it's got to be that, because if I put that it needs HP percentage and attack speed and I put this up to 3, then we're just SOL. If we're pretty much out the possibility of getting HP bonus main stat. The other thing is, if we put this up to 2 more here and we put that it still only requires 2, it could completely miss crit rate and crit damage, and generally those pieces don't help you unless you have a ton of crit rate built out elsewhere. So this is for crit rate main stat pieces. I am gonna edit this because I didn't realize it, but we want, well, no, I'm not gonna edit that, because here's the thing. You have crit damage, you could have an HP percentage or HP based damage dealer. You want them to have crit rate, attack speed, and HP percentage. So these you'll just have to double check. So let me add a rule, crit main, and we're looking at all of the relevant pieces. Crit rate, and for this we want crit damage for certain, attack speed, and honestly we're gonna leave it at that too, those two, because if it's got this setup and it's got your HP attack or HP percent or attack percentage after that, it could be a very good piece. So we'll go ahead and add that, and that will be good there. So now off to the 2-piece sets. Speed debuffer. This Mari or Nazim or somebody like that, we want rage regen, attack speed. Now the thing is with this is this is a hard one, because with Mari, and you know, we're gonna do this because they always want a little bit of survivability too. So this is more or less specifically for a Mari type unit. Now we have the DPS on the left side, which is all of the relevant DPS sets, the primary stats, which you can't change, and then we have attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. It's gotta have 3 of these to get up thumbs up. Yeah, that's just how that is. Do I have one in here with... No, I don't. So with this rule, it's going to make it so it keeps a lot more pieces, unfortunately. But I do want for defense and attack bonus to be put in here. So unfortunately, this could try and keep... Actually, I'm not going to keep that in there. I am going to create a new rule for those, because I want my main attack to do that. I'll create another rule. So we have speed debuffer, that support. We have 3 of these. Now this requires all 3 of them. These 2 pieces of gear are very difficult to keep, so this is what it requires. and Immortal, pretty much your tanky set, Immortal Warrior, Life Force, and you need as much survivability as possible. So I am now going to add this in here, and I'm going to leave out Calamity on this because we're only looking for the defensive type, and we're going to keep 3 of these and HP DPS. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do 5 or 4 just to make it very specific. But no, if I was to do that, I would want to put Rage Regen in there too. So yeah, we're going to keep it at this. This is one of those sets that it's going to be a little iffy on. Now, yeah. So let's look at how this is looking now. And if we quick select, it's 515. I'm still going to go through this, and I'm not just going to sell these off just yet, because who knows, maybe I want to try and use this. See, like, this isn't that bad of a piece. Let's look at the gear set for that. And yeah, it doesn't have crit damage, so that's why it's not being kept. It's unfortunate, but I mean, that's just how it is. I'm still going to level that up and see, but it doesn't have crit damage, so it's probably not going to be one of my best pieces to keep. But that's just how it is. So, this is my current plan. It looks like I have quite a number, so I don't think I'm going to be able to do a whole lot. So, this is the code right here. If you want to use it, definitely feel free to. If you don't, that's fine too. Like I said, I am still going to edit this a little bit farther probably in the future. If you want to know if I'm still using this or if it's changed, feel free to let me know in a comment below in a future video or in this video if you want, and I will do an update if I have changed it. Until next time, that'll do it for this video. If it helped you at all, definitely, I would appreciate it if you subscribed, liked it, and let me know if you use the code down below. Thank you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.